Okay, so I ran into an issue just now when recording. It didn't, well, have my audio. So now I actually have it. And let me introduce you to the Edge Knight. Refined Morning Star, Lothric Knight Shield, Iron Helm, Lapse Armour, Black Iron Gauntlets, Lothric Knight Leggings, Clonfy Ring, Prisoner's Chain, Life Ring, and Ring of Favour +3. Now, overall, it's a pretty unique concept to use a hammer one-handed, because you really shouldn't. But anyway, yeah, this is a quality build, not a strength build, for a particular reason, and that's I was originally going to use a offhand longsword, but I actually didn't get around to doing that, so it's actually just a slightly less damaging build for the hammer, pretty much. So, few issues, and also I haven't been playing much, and the reason for that is my connection has just been shit, because the internet's been a bit faulty and so forth. So it's quite frustrating, I'll be honest. Nice R1 spam. Bye! Yeah, I'm gonna be a little more just wave at people rather than bow, since it is a Hedge Knight or Rogue Knight. You can really call it either. The only issue I have with the armour is the chest is a little different in terms of colour to just about everything else, which is annoying, but it was overall one of the best shapes for this type of thing. So, in regards to this build, I wouldn't say it's amazing. I mean, it's got a decent shield. The Morning Star doesn't do bad damage, but you're not going to proc bleed, no chance. So, yeah. Now, in regards to what I'm probably going to do in terms of fighting with it, two-handing it does give poise, quite a bit actually for its size, considering, you know, the weapon is a hammer, and I have a fair bit of poise. Yep, fucking knew it. But yes, you can use the poise on this quite effectively. Just not against anything big, but smaller things are going to be obliterated. Now, the second thing about this build is one-handed moveset sucks. I've learnt that very heavily. Even though I haven't played that much, I know enough to know that that's garbage. And even though I've got about 900 hours by now, I'm still doing new things in terms of one-handing certain weapons you won't normally see, dual wielding I might do. Has his case this out. Gives me the Jimmy. What do I mean, the Jimmies? I see what your plan is. Okay, I can't break his poise. So, what on earth are your leggings? Why does everyone go for the parries? Yeah, you can roll the entire weapon art if you know what you're doing. Oh, he's so close to death. Bye. Right, the rolling attack on this isn't bad, I guess. I mean, it's a decently fast, but the range is short and the damage is poor. But that's to be expected. But anyway, if there's anything I really have a complaint about, it's just that it doesn't feel quite as meaty as I think it should, but then again, there's a lot of think, and then there's what it should be. Like, I'll be honest, I feel that Ultras do need a buff, but in reality, it's just the fast weapons will always be too quick, and if you make the Ultras quick, what's the point? They're meant to feel heavy hitting and such, but it does make them a little less effective with their speed, for example. Now, the other thing is, yeah, that move and that. Just the two R2s in general are not very strong, and this is going to be a failure. I wonder why. Just check that. Knew it! But yeah, apparently Dark Souls have been having connection issues, and I do have to say, the connection's been worse and worse. But then again, my internet still hasn't been upgraded due to a few factors, which is incredibly frustrating, I'll be honest. And I'm not sure how much longer it'll take, because it keeps getting pushed back, so knowing this, they'll be like, oh, we've put all the wires in, other than this one wire, and you have to wait another 10 years for it. I mean, I shouldn't really slander them, but it does feel that way. Ooh, is that a curved? Yeah, it's a curved sword and a spear. You are really confusing. I think he can parry with that, actually, can't he? I'm not sure how I pulled that off, but I did. There's the curved sword. So he will use the curved sword. Let's try and two-hand things. Oh boy. Pull back. Yeah, two-handing this thing is much better, and I just ran into a spear. He's playing really passively. And look, he's got my health down because passive. And that's what he's going to do. He's just going to sit back with a spear and be super passive. You know what? Fuck you. Excuse me? Is he going to point down? No, he's just going to do that. Yeah, I don't like that, I'll be honest. But yeah, I really don't like fighting spears with hammers. They're just slow enough, and they don't really have the right range to combat spears. Like, you can do it if you're good, but I'm not anywhere near good. And I thought I'd be able to just, you know, give him a smack with a shield, but either it's the connection or my timing is about, you know, the equivalent of a toddler's. I would probably go with my timing is equivalent to a toddler's. And I could have just used throwing knives, but I really don't feel like being that piece of shit that does that. But I might just have to. And anyway, look, the worst map. I hear lightning blade. Oh, it's the same person. Well, it wasn't really lightning blade, but I see what he's gonna do. He's gonna, if I approach with a shield, he's gonna spam the curved sword. Like so. And this thing's just slow enough that catching him with it is quite difficult. Ooh. Very dangerous. Probably a Leo Ring hit. Then again, if he hasn't got Leo Ring, I'd be surprised. And yeah, he likes those rolling attacks, doesn't he? Outtrade, because the curved sword does relatively low damage. He went for the parry, didn't he? And that roll caught me. Oop. Bye. So I won that time, but still. Not the easiest of matchups. Not at all. So, if you're going to do the Hedge Knight type thing, I would recommend, if you're going to go with a hammer or such, 66 strength instead and no dex. Or very little, whether you need to use the weapon, really. Because there's no real point, actually, to having a quality build with a hammer, this thing would do about, say, 20... I bet you do good 10, 20 more damage if I had a 60-60 build. Not 60-60, a 66 build. In strength and no dex. With this heavy infused, it'd be a lot better. And it'd help against pyromancers if you're expecting to fight those, since strength scales your fire defense. Wait a second. That's the name of the bloody dragon from Dark Souls 2. This has to be a coincidence. Ooh. You swinging that thing around. Be careful. That's dark infused, huh? That's interesting. Is he just gonna R1 mash? I think I'm out trading him, but it's really difficult to tell. I'm dead. I missed! Fuck the thing! This has no range! One-handing it and having no range is about as painful as cutting off your arm and then trying to have a fist fight. In conclusion, don't use hammers one-handed. Unless you're cosplaying, or doing something stupid like I am. In which case, do it and then just be a potato. Also, don't use the drawing hammers, because they're garbage. Real garbage. Okay then, thanks. Just remove me from matchmaking, is it? What, does the game have an issue with me calling the Drang hammers garbage, because they are? I'll be honest, I don't really like the Drang spears either. Because they are the weakest of the charged weapon arts, without a doubt. And the L1s have next to no tracking, so if you do just one L1 and it doesn't hit in the first place, which is very likely... Oh god, here we go. This is going to be a... Let me guess, Dex Faith build? Oh, need more buffs, do you? Made up the damage quite quickly there. Oh god. Then lost it. No stamina. Ooh. Both for one shot range. He's going to heal something because that's Darkmoon Blade and he has faith. Then again, I don't see him having the attunement for it. Well, that's a bit cheeky, isn't it? He was in the middle of the roll, but if you're going to stay near to someone while they're doing the backstab animation, what will most likely happen if the game registers your back as anywhere near them, it will have you get hit by that. The exception to this is if you're just facing them and they're in the backstab animation, in which case it just acts as an R1 effectively, if with a unique animation and possibly different damage. That's what I've noticed anyway. Now, in regards to anything else with this build, hammers do better poise damage than swords and axes, but are still not terribly effective. And by not terribly effective, I just mean when one-handed. When you're two-handed, they do very good, I think. Oh, and I fought this person before when I thought I was recording, but my audio was a bit broken. So, this person was playing really passive, and their connection is awful. I thought it was me at first, but I know I've had shaky connections with the others, but this person takes the cake. Look at that. Just look at it. And tell me this is fine. I have a shield, so I knew it was Chaos Blade near entirely, but his latency is actually very scary. But yeah, a Chaos Blade is a very weak choice of a weapon against anything with a shield. Unless you know some very particular techniques, I suppose. And if I didn't hesitate as much, I could have probably gotten by now. Delay it? No, didn't it? You're gonna kill yourself despite... Just smack him on the head. Okay, I'll bow. But you know you have to die. Fully charged R2, and they should have seen that coming, so they did have the option full well to avoid it if they wanted. So you can't really deny that, can you? You can't really complain that you just got bapped on the head with an R2. So, let's see, what else is there to pay attention to? Probably only going to do another match or two. But anyway. The capabilities of the Morningstar are inferior to the mace. No doubt about it. I don't even have a mace on me, but I could guarantee it would do more damage. And that's because the Morningstar is meant to be a bleed weapon, which isn't really actually that viable in PvP unless you go, say, Hollow and then add on Carthage if you can. Is it? I'm not sure if you can do it with Hollow. I think you can. And that's a poise monster and a curved sword. And it's a very scary curved sword. Has he got no helmet on? Fully charged R2. Hoo hoo hoo. Oh god. Come on. Swing. So he does get quite R1 spam happy. Maybe I can hit him through... I'm dead. Or not, because that was the second R2. And also I have just enough health to take one more. Okay, that felt a bit cheeky, didn't it? Should I try it? Screw it. I haven't got anything to lose. Oh, excuse me. No, he's that poise monster. No helmet either, but Gundyr's armor provides absurd poise. But I don't know what those leggings are. It doesn't look like... It isn't Harold Legion. It isn't Gundyr's. I'm trying to recognise what they are, but it's quite difficult. Don't like that person, I'll be honest, because... Yeah. It's more because of the bloody... R1 mashing, but then again I do have a parry shield, but it's a medium parry shield, and medium parries are complete and utter arse. Like, I could block and then try and do it, but knowing the latency I wouldn't get it. But it might make him a little less R1 happy if I see him again, if I do that. But it's only a might, so... Got a battle, and this will be the last one, because it should hit 20 minutes. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure how many more videos I'll be well, rather how frequently I'll be uploading, because I just don't feel like playing as much. Oh, it's an Ornstein, but with a wrong weapon. I disapprove of this. It's my favourite weapon in the game, but I know full well how scary it is. Oh, that's a questionable connection, sir. They have no stamina. Wait, what? How did my second R1A not hit you, and B, what is going on? But yeah, this thing uses a ton of stamina. You did it again. Sir, calm down. It's brave of you to do it, but if the first time went so poorly, don't you think... It is very questionable to do both R2s and fully charge them, because you're not going to have stamina, ever, if you do that. I mean, I love how they look, but just don't do it. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time. I'm not sure what I'll be making, though. Though I might revisit a very certain cosplay, or maybe make a concept similar to it. But thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time. Bye for now.